All right, back from after Christmas, we have chapter 13.1, angles and relationships. I'm hoping that this will be a little bit of a review. You've had this in the past, talking about complementary angles, supplementary angles, and vertical angles. Two angles are complementary angles if the sum, when you add them together, is when you get a sum, of their measures is 90 degrees. Supplementary angles, plural. Two angles are supplementary angles if the sum of their measures is 180 degrees. All right, so complementary angles are 90 degrees. Supplementary angles are 180 degrees. Sometimes when you get to a test or a quiz, people panic and they get test anxiety and they freak out. Oh shoot, I used to know this. I forget which one's 90, which one's 180. Well, here's kind of a little hint to help you if you ever end up in that predicament. A supplementary, if you go to McDonald's, you ask for your meal to be giant size. We ask it to be what? Yes! Great. Super size, super supplementary angles. So just think of it as supersized. All right, if that helps you. The big one is supersized. It's the 180. The two angles that are 90 degrees, those are complementary. Vertical angles, you have to write all that down for vertical angles. That's when you have an intersection like this, and these are vertical. 1 and 2. Those are equal, right there. And then you'd have these two vertical angles. They were labeled 3 and 4. They would be the equal vertical angles. Put those in different colors. So if you want matching numbers, maybe you want to draw it this way. 1 and 1, those two match. They are vertical angles. And 2 and 2. Vertical angles, they are equal. So whatever this one is, they're equal. Next page. There we go. That fits pretty good. Example 1, identifying complementary and supplementary angles. So here they give us, what kind of a shape, what kind of a polygon is this? Is it called a what?
Trapezoid.
Well, yeah, you're getting real technical. If it has 4 sides, it is called a
quadrilateral.
Right, so you guys were even more technical with a trapezoid. But anyway, quadrilateral. If I add up the inside, all 4 of these angles, what would I get?
360.
360, exactly. Because a quadrilateral is 2 triangles put together. And each triangle equals what? 180 and 180, so you're going to get 360. They're asking us, they're saying because measure of angle Q plus measure of angle R, so what is Q? Measure of angle Q is 35 degrees. Measure of angle R, 55 degrees. What do you get when you add those?
90.
We end up with 90 degrees. Therefore, those two angles are complementary. You may abbreviate it like this. Not just a C, it has to be at least COMP, complementary. Now let's go to angle P and Q. What is P? Good. 145 plus, what's Q? What's Q?
35.
What is it?
35.
35. I was hearing 25. Okay. So add those together and we get? Excellent. We can add. Christmas, we didn't come back in a sugar coma too bad. So therefore, those two angles are what? They're supersized. They're what?
Supplementary.
Supplementary. They are supplementary angles because they equal 180. So what does that mean down here? Angle R, what is angle R?
55.
55 degrees plus angle S is?
125.
Good. And together they have a sum of 180 degrees. Therefore they are
Supplementary.
supplementary. Now draw this on to the bottom somewhere. That means there they are in there. If we were to separate them and put them together, we have a supplementary angle. I just drew it. I drew a line. See that line? Now I'm going to draw a bisecting line, and we'll go like this. Okay, let's look at B. I'll demonstrate it with letter B. This one, is this one going to be the 35 degrees, or is this one going to be the 145?
35.
This one would be 35 degrees, and this one would be
145.
145. So notice how that equals what? This whole angle, this one and this one, all together equal what? 180. Notice how 180 degrees makes a flat line. A flat line, what's another word we can use for that angle then? Not a flat angle, but a
Supplementary.
straight angle. This is also known as a straight angle. All right, it's known as a straight angle. 180 degrees equals a straight angle. So you have 180 degrees right here, straight angle. Cut it in half. I have 90 and 90. So what is it if it's a circle then, all the way around it? Right, you'd have a circle of 360 degrees. 180, 180, no matter how you look at it. All right, next page then. With that knowledge, tell whether the angles are complementary, supplementary, or maybe neither. I add these up. What is my sum of 37 and 73? 110 degrees. So is it complementary or supplementary?
Neither.
Neither, because it has to be exactly 90 degrees to be complementary. If it was 89 degrees, could it be complementary?
No.
But it's so close. Can it be?
No.
No, it has to be exactly 90 degrees to be complementary. It has to be exactly what to be supplementary? Yeah, 180. So this one is neither. What is the sum of angle 3 and 4?
90 degrees.
90 degrees, so this one is
Complementary.
complementary. Excellent. The sum of 5 and 6 here, we get 180. So these two are
Supplementary.
supplementary. They would make the flat line. We had a bisector there. What would this angle probably be? This one would be the 53. This one would be the 127. How about if I have a 90-degree angle? And I put the bisector at about, there. Where this top one's a little smaller than the bottom. So what would I label this one? That one would be 42, and this one would be
48.
48, because this makes the right angle. You might want to draw those and add those to your notes so you have it to look back at. You get to use them on your quiz. Whitney,
Can we start using our scientific calculators?
that would be fine with me now. Yes. All right, next page. Now, looking at this diagram, and we already went over the straight angle part of it. We have this angle, and it is 90 degrees. We have angle 1 and 2. What do I know? Do they tell me the angle 1 or angle 2? Angle 1 equals how many degrees?
46.
So this one equals 46 degrees. What does angle 2 equal?
44.
You are correct. How did you get that?
90
Right.
minus 46.
Exactly. 90 minus 46 is 44 degrees. That's how we got the missing one.
And 45 plus 45 is diagonal. So add one.
checkpoint. Angles 1 and 2 are complementary. So what does that mean? How many degrees? Okay, that means 90 degrees. They give me one of the two. So what will I do here to figure this answer out? Adding, subtracting, multiplying, or dividing. What would you do? Subtraction. So you need to go show your work. 90 minus 64. 90 minus 13. 90 minus 82. And 90 minus 7. So you need to find the complementary angle to 64. What is the complementary angle to 64? You subtract it and you would get 26 degrees. That is the complementary angle, right?
Yep.
What if I want the supplementary angle? They don't ask it for it here, but what would I do if I want the supplementary angle to 64? Then you would go 180 minus 64 and get what? You get, yes, 116 degrees, and this is what kind of an angle to this?
Supplementary.
That one is your supplementary angle. All right? So what's our complementary angle here?
77.
And then I want my supplementary here. This is my complementary. Complementary. I want supplementary also. And supplementary also here. Let's see, who wants to do number 5? Fill in the complementary. Hand off to whoever you want for supplementary. And so on. We'll finish these as a group. Who wants to come up and be the first one? Come on up. There you go. You can pick whoever you want when you're done. Do this one first. Complementary angle to 13. Agree or disagree? 77 degrees is the complementary angle.
Agree.
Agree? Okay. Who do you want to pick to find the supplementary angle? Yep.
No.
Final answer?
Oh, that is really wrong.
Alright. That is just fine. That's what they make the eraser for. Fix it.
167, right?
Is 167 and 13, does that equal 180? Just write bigger, I think you just...
Oh, it's 7. Yes, 167.
I'm asking you.
Yeah, it is. Yay.
Yay or nay?
Yay.
That's your final answer now, okay?
Yeah.
So we have 167 for the supplementary angle. Complementary for number 6. Okay, rewrite it now that we're in 8th grade. How do we rewrite that? Half done.
Almost.
Ooh, nice, but what else?
Almost.
So close. Yay! Thank you. Okay, now you can pick somebody else for me to pick on for the supplementary angle. Who's my next victim?
I mean customer.
I mean
Yeah,
student. 98 degrees. Do you agree or disagree, class?
Agree.
So I can't even make fun of him?
Nope.
Darn. Okay, who do you pick? I want my complimentary here.
Tanner.
Tanner.
Only boys, huh?
Yeah.
Circle your answer, and it's labeled. Pick a girl. Nicely done. Questions on any of these? We're good to go? Next page. I like these. These are fun. It's like a puzzle. We get to figure out the missing pieces.
I hate
I'm going to
puzzles.
move it to the side. You can cross out the boxes. And if you want, draw it to the side even bigger so you can label it. And it doesn't, we know it's 1, 2, 3. We'll label it the same way they have it. 1, 2, 3, and 4. What do we know by reading the directions to that problem?
One is
Angle 1
65.
is 65.
Label number 1 is 65 degrees. And by just knowing that one angle, I can figure out all the other 3. Who wants to give me the easy one? And what do I mean by easy one? Amber.
The one that's across the opposite one.
Ah, the one that's across from it, the one that's opposite of it, the one that is its
Vertical.
vertical angle. Excellent. So which one is 65 degrees? 3. So we know number 3 is also 65 degrees because these two are vertical angles. They are equal. Now by that, I also know, what else do I know? How can I figure out the rest of it?
360 minus 65 minus 65.
Oh, interesting. He said 360 because that's what the whole circle is. Minus 65 minus 65.
Then you divide that by 2.
Oh, then you would have to divide that by 2. That also would work. What's another way?
Since there's a straight angle, you can take 65 subtracted from 1.
Love it. She said because there's a straight angle. There's lots of straight angles. We can use this straight angle because then 65 and whatever number 2 is has to equal what?
180.
180. So 180 minus 65 is what?
115.
115. So that means this one is its vertical angle, so number 4 is also 115. But we also have more straight angles, so does this straight angle, does this one equal 180?
Yeah.
How about this one?
Yeah.
Yeah? How about this one? Isn't this beautiful how that works?
It's like art.
It's beautiful angle art. Next page. All right. What do we get? Angle 2 and 1 are supplementary. They're supersized. So I have a flat line. It's a supersized angle. And I'm going to put a bisector there. Well, that ended up being an intersector. There we go. Which one? They tell me number 1, angle number 1 is 132 degrees. Would that be the one on the left or the right, do you think?
Right. Left, right.
Yes. The bigger one, 132 degrees. So what does that make angle 2? I think I heard it.
48.
48 degrees. Correct. All right, over here. Do I make a 90? That's a supplementary, so do I make, what do I make? The L or the flat line?
Flat line.
The flat line for supplementary. We know that angle 3 is 23 degrees. Is that the one on the left or the right of what I just drawn?
Left.
That would be the one on the left, the little one. So this one,
147.
57. 57.
we have a debate.
147
147 or 57?
157.
Yes. Together they equal 180. All right, now we get to draw this again. And we can just number them anything we want. 1, 2, 3, 4. That even might have been the same way they had it on the first
They did.
example. But which one do we know this time?
1 is 54.
We know angle 1 is what?
54 degrees.
Angle 1 is 54 degrees. Excellent. So what is its vertical angle? What is number 1's matching vertical angle?
3.
3. So this one is also 54 degrees. Now we need to find what? A complementary or a supplementary angle?
Supplementary.
Supplementary to what? Say we use that flat line, that straight angle. What is the supplementary? We know this one's 54. What is this one?
126.
126. Those two equal 180 now?
Yeah.
So that means this one's 126. All you needed. Your assignment. Page 711. 711.
That
1
story.
through 28. All due tomorrow.